In the heart of the ancient mountains, where the wind whispers secrets through the tall pines, an old Cherokee grandfather sat with his young grandson beside a crackling fire. The flames danced, casting long, wavering shadows that seemed to tell stories of their own. The boy, whose name was Little Bear, watched the embers glow like 1,000 tiny eyes in the dark, his own eyes wide with curiosity. "Grandfather," he said, his voice soft, almost blending with the night sounds, "sometimes I feel a great turmoil inside me. It's like a storm in my heart, even when the sky is clear." The old man smiled, his face a beautiful map of wrinkles, each line a story, each crease a lesson learned. He placed a gentle hand on the boy's shoulder. "Ah, my child," he began, his voice warm and steady like the earth itself. "That is because a great battle is happening inside you. In fact, it happens inside all of us." Little Bear looked up, his brow furrowed. "A battle? What kind of battle?" The grandfather leaned closer, his gaze fixed on the dancing flames. "It is a terrible fight between two wolves. One wolf is darkness and despair. He is anger, envy, sorrow, regret, and greed. He is arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, and inferiority. He is lies, false pride, and ego." He paused, letting the weight of his words sink in. He pointed to a dark, menacing shadow cast by a gnarled oak tree. "That wolf is cunning. He feeds on our fears and whispers doubts into our ears when we are weak. He tells you that you are not good enough, that others are better, that the world is a place of scarcity and you must take what you can, no matter the cost." The boy shivered, pulling his blanket a little tighter. He could almost hear the howl of that dark wolf on the wind. "That sounds terrible, grandfather." "He is," the old man agreed, his voice somber. "But there is another wolf." He then turned Little Bear's attention towards the bright, shimmering moon, hanging like a silver coin in the velvet sky. "The other wolf," he continued, his voice now filled with light, "is goodness and hope. He is joy, peace, love, and serenity. He is humility, kindness, empathy, and generosity. He is truth, compassion, and faith." He gestured towards the clear, flowing stream nearby, its surface reflecting the starlight. "This wolf thrives on courage and encourages you to be your best self. He reminds you of your strength, of the love that connects us all. He tells you that there is enough for everyone, that kindness is a power that multiplies, and that your light can illuminate the darkest paths." Little Bear stared into the fire, picturing the two powerful wolves circling each other within his own small chest. He could feel the snarl of one and the calm, steady presence of the other. The image was so vivid, so real. After a long moment of silence, he looked at his grandfather, his young face etched with concern. "Grandfather," he asked, his voice barely a whisper, "if they are always fighting, which wolf wins?" The old Cherokee grandfather looked away from the fire and met the boy's earnest gaze. The firelight danced in his wise, ancient eyes. He didn't answer immediately. Instead, he reached into the fire with a long stick and carefully pulled out a glowing, red-hot coal, placing it on a flat stone. The coal pulsed with intense heat and light. "See this ember, Little Bear?" he asked. "Right now, it is alive. It gives warmth and light. But if we leave it here, alone on the cold stone, it will soon grow dark and cold. Its fire will die." He then used the stick to push the ember back into the heart of the fire. Instantly, it was rekindled, glowing even brighter than before, joining the other coals to create a powerful, unified blaze. "The fire is its tribe, its community," the grandfather explained. "It is where it belongs and where it can share its strength." He looked back at his grandson, a knowing smile touching his lips. He finally answered the boy's question. "The wolf that wins he said softly, but with a power that resonated deep within the boy's soul, is the one you feed. Little Bear's eyes widened in understanding. It wasn't about fate or some predetermined outcome. The power was his. So, the boy mused aloud, if I choose to think angry thoughts and hold on to grudges, I am feeding the dark wolf. Yes, his grandfather affirmed. You give him your strength, and he will grow larger and louder, until his howl is the only thing you can hear. And if I choose to be kind, to forgive, to find joy in small things, I am feeding the good wolf. Exactly, the old man said, nodding proudly. Every time you choose compassion over cruelty, gratitude over complaint, love over hate, you are nourishing the wolf of light. You make him stronger, and his gentle guidance will become the voice you trust. The grandfather stood up and looked at the vast, star-dusted sky. Life, my grandson, is not about waiting for the battle to end. The wolves will always be there. Life is about choosing which wolf to feed, moment by moment, day by day. It is the most important choice you will ever make. Little Bear looked at his own hands, then into the fire, and then back at the wise, loving face of his grandfather. A sense of peace washed over him, chasing away the turmoil. He finally understood. The storm inside him wasn't something to fear. It was something to manage. The power to choose peace, to choose light, was within him all along. From that night on, whenever he felt the two wolves begin to stir, he would remember his grandfather's words by the fire. He learned to recognize the snarl of anger and the whisper of doubt, and instead of giving them his energy, he would consciously turn his thoughts to gratitude, to an act of kindness, or to the beauty of the world around him. He learned to feed the right wolf. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking and subscribing for more tales of wisdom. Until next time, be mindful of which wolf you feed.